Hey everybody, welcome back to STARDEUS. Hope you're having a sweet day today. This is the first time I have sat down with the early access. Everything before this was the the closed alpha, little like the pre-early access part of it. So this is like post a whole bunch of changes, right? And we're gonna take a look at the game as it is now. I'm not gonna go through all the changes because the changelog is extensive. This guy's been busy, dude. He releases updates to this game like multiple times a week. So very, very busy. I've got at the front of the ship, I've started building this. Got it actually done. Now, this is our bridge area, right? And until this area is completely done on the exterior, I'm not going to move the bridge here. I just like this semicircle for the bridge, so I'm just going to move it from where it is. It's fine. But I've got this teleporter here, and we need to get that teleporter hooked up to power. And, you know, I got one spare spot on this one, so let me go ahead and do that. And then we're going to link it to one of the ones in here. And it's going to be, I think, maybe that one. Yeah, let's make it this one here. Okay, so link that up, and then you are going to get also linked up to whatever it is over here. Right there is fine, good. And now the bots are going to use the teleporter to just get over here. It's much faster than having to travel all the way over. At least I hope that they start using it. Yeah. So we're going to have this. Now, I'm trying to complete the front end of the ship, but while we do that, I've also disassembled the old engines. I don't need them anymore, so I've disassembled them. And we get some construction materials back for doing that. But I think it's an opportunity to maybe travel even faster if we want to. So I'm just going to maybe pop another 2 engines there, and then all the way over on this side, we're just going to go here and here. And, well, yeah, we'll just get 2 extra engines popped on there, huh? Now, we're obviously going to need a lot more power, and I'm going to start working on that with the ship as well. The ship is not going to stay this shape. I had a couple people also mention that my ship is probably too small, and I agree, it is. It's going to needs to be bigger. So we are going to expand this out. The fins on the fish are going to get much longer, most likely. And it might start looking a little bit more like an airplane, I guess. Maybe. We'll see. But the front end of the ship here, I think this is absolutely going to be the front, and it's done. I'll most likely expand off this side. Definitely, there was already plans to expand here, and then all on the back side here. And then we also need a platform here, as well as just right up against the engines, basically. So this is as far over as the engines will go. There's going to be a platform here, and there's going to be also another platform on this side right over here, as well as one next to this and next to this, and then the big engines will end up being here if we ever get to that. And I say if we ever get to that because some of the features are not implemented in the current version of the game, which is why if I go to the research screen, which is why the research for cryogenics is so incredibly absurdly expensive. It's because this really has very little function in the current version of the game. It isn't really necessary yet. So like they're still going to have tons of features that are getting added to this. And so like that's not really something I'm going to have to worry about making my own cryo. It's not really a big deal. Okay, so we got this processor efficiency upgrade thing that we can research now if we'd like to and start building our own processor efficiency upgrades, which sounds great. We've almost got this front deck done, and it's done in such a way right now that the big robots can get to the front of this platform, which is cool. If I take a look at what I have in inventory, I still have 600 iron to process, and so I also have 423 titanium to process, and so like the building supplies are taking a while. Like that's why this is still not done. It's because we have to process the iron and titanium in these furnaces. And so what I can do, because I have enough glass, I think, is I'm gonna go in and get this changed over and tell it to stop processing that and start processing titanium instead. All of the, well, maybe not all of them. Well, this one's already doing titanium. This one was doing quartz. This one's doing copper. I think that's probably fine. I'm looking for the other. Yeah, this is the quartz, the other quartz one. I want you to stop processing quartz and start processing iron. So we now have, I guess, 1, Well, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 processing titanium, and then these 3 are going to be processing iron. Hopefully that speeds up that process. In here, we still have 3 processing copper, and so actually I think I'm going to change this one and have this go ahead and process the titanium instead too. We can also hook these 2 engines up. They are ready to rock and roll. Excellent. And these 2 engines down here. And these 2 engines are going to be better, way better than all of the other engines we had. And it takes almost the same resources. So we didn't really lose anything in that exchange, which is nice. We do need to increase, in a big way, the amount of power that we are producing. Now, research is done. And so when we're not researching anything, we are overproducing power by a lot. We're able to sustain ourselves for any number of things. I can then go in and tell this thing to continue collecting resources by just connecting it like that. You can see our energy consumption goes way up, and it's basically riding the line, right? So when I turn these things off, we are super solid. But at the moment, because of my limited solar capacity here, I don't really have enough power generation to collect all the particles and boost us where we want to go. Both of those things are kind of not possible at the same time. I'm going to just real quickly limit that just so I can get some spare power, and then we're going to go to new places as well. So I think this whole thing is connected. I don't think it's going to stop me. So let's go in like here. Now, if I take a look at Tal Jimmy Sims, you can see that we've fully mined the thing. So what I want to do is we're going to go to Kirschvink, because we haven't gone there yet. We have launched probes at these other places, so we know what's here, but we don't know what is here yet, and we don't know what's here yet, and we also don't know what's over here yet. We could launch probes there, or we could just visit it anyway, because it's really not that far away anymore with these engines. So I think we're just going to do that. So let's just say, hey, let's go to Kirschvink, and we'll just travel there. And I just see these new engines fire. Boom. Now, there is an engine that's not firing, and it looks like there's an electricity deficit for that engine. So I'm going to real quick go in and just disconnect that. And hopefully by doing that, we can get this thing to fire. Are you not going to fire or what? You don't have to disconnect them also. You just hit go. So yeah, it doesn't look like I just don't have enough power to fire all of these things. So again, we're going to have to expand upon that. It looks a little weird not having that engine fire, but you know, it is what it is. And we're going to have a deficit while we travel. Thankfully, at the speed we're able to travel, we won't have a deficit for very long, because this thing is booking it across space now. Pretty good. So as we continue to, run these furnaces and get more titanium, they can now take the teleporter directly to the front of the ship and deliver the steel and titanium to these places. And it's not until we get this completely done that I will start adding the walls and stuff that I would like to add. Although I could do it partially, since everything that's going to be in this area here is going to be largely... Well, you'll see how I want to do it. We're going to have guns, right? We're going to have directional turrets and stuff pointing this direction all throughout the front of the ship. We're also going to have a couple on this side pointing that way, as well as this way and this way. There's going to be a ledge on this side of the ship, a ledge on this side of the ship, and then there will be directional turrets that are going all on the side here as well. Now, these things are good for stopping, the people from coming in and trying to take our stuff, or anything that's like miscellaneous. They're also going to be good for stopping the meteorites, as well as, I don't know if it stops the asteroids. I think those are too big, but the micrometeorites, we can shoot them as they come in. They don't travel near the speed of light anymore, and actually they have some variable speeds to them now, as far as I'm aware. So we'll see if that changes anything. Okay, first thing we want to do when we're at this new planet is go ahead and scan. And that's going to give us copper, lithium, and uranium. Hey, that's really valuable. So, of course, we're going down to the surface of that and do that. Now, while we're going down to the surface of this one, I actually would like to get a couple of shuttles as well. We have the capacity now to get a couple of shuttles. And I'm just going to try to... I can. Is it this? Yeah, it's the center of the floor. Okay. I'd like to get a couple of shuttles built if I could. And the shuttles, we actually don't even have the ability to make spacesuits yet, so it's probably something I should work on as well. But the shuttle research is here. It does take quite a bit of power, but it's nowhere near as much power as the thing we just got done researching, so it shouldn't be that big of a problem. And we'll go ahead and get that researching as well. And while we're here, though, we are going to take and send our expedition down, and we'll say enter the planet, and I want... this is a good crew. There's a lot of all the big mining bots and stuff. I think maybe we'll keep Dark Dragon behind just in case we want to go ahead and build anything that requires science or anything. But we'll launch this expedition the way it is, and they should all be able to get all of those resources in one big trip. So basically, Hobo Goblin and 3 of our big drones are just going to go down there now. Yeah, so this just keeps getting done. And then what I also want to do is we're going to take the... I don't think we really need reinforced floors, but I worry that if I don't use them and something hits, that if there's something sitting on top of that thing and it blows up the floor, then whatever's on top of it is also gone, right? So I almost feel like it will pay for itself. I don't know, we'll see. I'm going to lay that in right there, and then right along the side here, we're going to do the same. And we're going to get rid of those. In fact, I'll get rid of this one too and go 3 big. I want to say it's going to take 3 to actually get what we need. But I don't know that though. So we'll do that, and then I'm on the other side. We're gonna do the same thing. Come over here and just be like boom, boom, boom. All right, and then we'll take the floors reinforced, and we will go ahead and nope, that's the wrong one. Let's just use these. Yeah, these ones are. This is probably fine. So we'll just have this connect like so, and then we'll have it connect like so. Okay, so it's kind of like little wings almost, but not really. I get that this isn't symmetrical because this goes up in that direction, like a fish, but I think that's probably fine. The most important part of this is that the guns are going to be able to mount on these platforms here and shoot in many different directions, and that's the most important thing. For communications, we now have the telescope, and we can now potentially find an habitable planet and try to terraform it. This is very expensive to build, and we're going to set this over on this side for now. It makes sense to me that it would be outside the ship and not inside the ship. So we're going to set this kind of over here on the side, which is kind of directly opposite of where our radar is. So I suppose if the radar is here, then we'll go up and connect it like maybe here. So once we build the telescope, I've never used it before. This is all new to me too. This is all blind to me. But I'm hoping that once I build that, I'll be able to, I guess, look to other systems and figure out where we're going to go next. You know, like that's the whole thing. We're going to go somewhere next, and I'm not entirely sure where that somewhere is, at least not yet. Obviously, we have these probes we can launch, but I'm going to save it for when we get to the new system, if we get to the new system. And then we'll start launching these probes up in the air. Figuratively speaking, of course, the air. We're going to launch those probes up, and you know, we'll try to figure out where we're going next from there at a more efficient path, depending on what we need. Still need more titanium, still need more iron. Furnaces are doing their thing, and part of me says, you know, we should just put a teleporter directly in here. There's a little bit of travel space like this, right? But there's enough movement here that I think it warrants this, even if it is just a really short distance. There's enough movement here where having a teleporter directly in this room would be beneficial. I feel like that's a thing. So I could probably place it like right here, right next to this, and it just saves that extra travel time of moving resources through this room. So I'm going to build that teleporter. We're going to get it connected to power. And then I'm going to connect it to, let's say, this one. We'll link it to right there. Yep. And then you are going to link. Whoops. You are going to link to, yep, this one. And now the bots can just instantly move like that. Again, I don't know if that's quite as worth it for it, but if it speeds it up at all, since there's a ton of movement through there, then it makes sense. And you could justify also saying that it makes sense to put one in here too. Somebody also said that I think it was Dragon, said that this is too close together and that because the points are on top of each other, that they can't use it at the same time. So I just wanted to show you that, you know, this is occurring, you know, just wanted to, you know, right there. Okay, you got it? Okay. Yes, you can. They can still very well use it at the same time. They also added a change to the game a little bit, and I wanted to look at that too. So by default, at least in the closed alpha, and right when the early access started as well, in the very beginning of the game starts with, like by default, it starts in permadeath mode, right? Iron Man mode, if you will. They've changed it now to where default is not that permadeath mode, and if you are in permadeath, there's this new save button. Basically, a save button has been added here that's not permadeath. But if you are in permadeath, then of course you can't click this. And I still am going to continue to be in that mode because that's what I started with, and I think that's the true nature of the game. You know, like if there's a really bad bug or something, then that just sucks, and you know we'll cope with it, and you know maybe I don't know, maybe there's something we can do about it later. But I think for the most part, this thing's been pretty stable, knock on wood, and I don't think I'm gonna necessarily have any problems with you know, just keeping it in this mode for now. Let's put one of these connecting points here, but I wanted to show you that there's a button here that exists for permadeath, and if you don't want to play that mode, you don't have to. That was one of the things that some people were like, I hate that I can't, you know, revert saves or whatever, because you know, that's a preference for a lot of people, and that makes sense. But you know, in the end, you can actually do it. It's an option. Oh, good. Short circuit immediately. Thankfully, my bot is like right there ready to save the day. So we'll turn that on, connect the telescope, and now that we've got the telescope connected, 2 out of 3 is done with the quest. So the next part of the quest now is discover a habitable planet. No idea how to use this thing. So let me see. Scanning, 0%. Okay, so it's just auto scanning. It's just gonna do it for us. All right, I don't have to do anything. Now, does it use 250 kilowatts of power? Okay, so if that is the case, it's looking like, yeah, we're still positive on power. It kind of looks that way anyway. I think the shuttle is maybe not producing at maximum. Oh yeah, it's way under producing. It's nowhere near 1.2, 1.9 megawatt, but still it's fine. And then we have somebody named Doctor that just joined the colony. Doctor went into the medical pod. That makes sense. And take this damage, take this down, take this down. Not enough steel plate. Tons of steel plate needs to be made. And that's just a matter of, you know, letting the furnaces do their thing. But now that we are done mining this planet, we could just go on and go to the next one, I think. These are all still disconnected. And I don't know if there will be enough power to fire all these engines. I really want to see all of these engines go at the same time. But I don't think we've been to Kitsushima yet. Nope. So let's travel there. That's our next destination. And anyway, so I'd like to get multiple shuttles so that I'm going to be able to, yeah, see, there's not a lot of power. So I still have to mess with the power a little bit here. Maybe we can turn this off. This is the whole node though, isn't it? Yeah, I'll just disconnect it from the wall socket for now. It's fine. And the same thing with the telescope. I know it's 6% done scanning. I wonder if it keeps its progress if it's not connected to the electricity grid. Looks like it does, yeah. So at least there are some engines firing right now, getting us to our destination. We're gonna fix this. It just takes time. It takes a lot of time and resources to fix the energy issue. Nuclear power would be something that I could totally use right now. And now that I found a source of uranium, at least I have more uranium than I did before. We could look at that as a way of getting more power. I don't have it unlocked, but we can get it in research next. And we can take a look at maybe getting a reactor into the ship. Energy automation. So nuclear energy would be here, and then additional energy storage. So we'll put that on the queue. It's 3 megawatts to research that, and then we'll put the energy storage for it on the queue as well. Of course, there's advanced solar down here after nuclear energy, which is a little weird, but all right. Yeah, so let me get this travel going. We're gonna keep building this part out, and then we're gonna examine and mine that Kitsushima. I guess we're gonna mine that other planet and stuff too. We're almost there. Actually, we are there. So that's what that planet looks like. Nothing special about it. No special, you know, ownerships or anything like that. We sent a scanner here. We sent a probe here, so we already knew that going in. And the same thing with Haraluga. We already scanned this, so we should know that stuff. It's the next planet after that, and the one after that, and the one after that. These three right here are the only ones left in the system that we have not scanned, and we're just gonna travel there and see what's there without shooting the probes, because they're relatively close to each other, especially these two. Okay, so let me do that. Let me get a whole bunch of mining done. Let me get a whole bunch of this sorted out. We'll get the shuttle done, and I'll get a second shuttle. I think I might end up relocating the shuttles here and here, just so like there's two of them in this little closed area here, and then placing a teleporter right next to it so that this can all get transported over here like that. We'll see, but yeah, let me just get all that construction stuff done between planets, and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm traveling through space right now at an energy deficit, and I want to have the nuclear power to just hold me over for a little bit, but unfortunately this takes 64 RAM. And also takes some more hard drive space too. Now I've got some compression modules. I'm gonna get those brought over here. I've also got the efficiency upgrades. We'll relocate those over here. And then I also had an idea by a viewer. Thank you for this. We can do these lights on the sides. We can build more of them, and you know, get them colored for, you know, port and starboard, right? Which sounds kind of cool to do that. So what I'm gonna do with this light, even though there's a power deficit right now, is, ooh, I can't actually do anything until it's got power, so, all right, never mind. We can go ahead and connect this light as well, because I built that, and there's also this light, which we will connect there. Okay, and then on this side, we've got a light, which is already connected. There's this light, but this is the light I'm looking for, right there. Okay. And, there's a little platform here, and this is extended. It's a little bit bigger, so I can fit guns on there, right? I want to fit turrets and stuff. So I want to start maybe putting in guns, and I realize that we don't have a lot of power at the moment, and I'm going to work on that by getting that nuclear up, but nuclear takes extra stuff. I want this. A basic directional energy weapon needs electricity to charge itself. So you can see there's sort of a cone that it shoots in, right? And so we'll have a bunch of these like pointing forward to cover the whole front side. And then I also want to rotate them and have coverage on the sides as well. And I don't know why the lines are lingering a little bit like that. So it goes security, directional turret, and we can place one, I think, right next to, I think it's fine to place one right next to this. We'll start by getting protection on the side here, I guess. Getting some meteorites. If we have any meteorite problems, that'll hopefully take care of it. We're on our way now to Haraluga. I did mine this out for the most part, but it's just quartz right now, and I don't need any more quartz. I'm fine. We don't need to wait and waste our time with that. So we're looking for a habitable world, and without the power, that's just not going to happen. So I am going to have to. I didn't want to. I wanted to wait a little bit longer, but I'm going to have to go ahead like this, and I guess I'll make 2 more rows of solar. I don't know about connecting that up. This definitely is not the look I was going for, and so I probably will end up moving these panels in the future. But just to get power online, or at least to help with it, I'll go ahead and concede and make 2 more rows on both of these sides. I believe this will give me 30, like 320 or so kilowatts of spare power, which, well, I would hope that would hold me over enough to expand RAM and get nuclear up. So the RAM room is a little bit small. It turns out it needs to be bigger than this. And there's currently no object in the game that gives you an expansion to your RAM. So there's that. Let's go ahead and put a disk compression upgrade in there. And then also the efficiency upgrade should go in one of these. We'll just install it in there. That's fine. So additional RAM, I guess we could put it along the edge, but then you can't get to the middle. That was the whole point of this little arrangement here so that you could get in there. So I guess we can put additional RAM units maybe on the side here. It's not like it's not like it needs to be in a certain, like, very specific location. So we can put a row of RAM units along this wall. This each gives us 2. We have 54, so 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, and then 66. For now, we'll just stop it at getting us 64. So 64 units of RAM. And we have now arrived at Herluga, which is a great name for a planet. And we're going to send down... I suppose this is a fine mining squad, although I will need Dark Dragon to build the turret. So let's maybe do that, and we'll send, I don't know, Vordo instead. Go ahead. So we'll send them down to the surface so they can get going, and we want to find that habitable world, right? So let's go ahead and turn that telescope back on. It's scanning at 6%. It takes 250 kilowatts to do it, and so you can see our power goes up. We're still fine as long as we're not firing our engines. We're fine. And I also have to have these offline in order to do it too. So, like, again, I know that solar is an important thing, and we're gonna try to go ahead and get that. Let me just real quick make sure that this planet isn't owned by anything or anyone. It's just got a bunch of cool resources, but that's it. Yeah. So, again, I need to get these running and get these built. Looks like they're already building some of them, which is good. I don't think... Well, yeah, we will be able to connect to almost all of them. There'll be one in here in the middle that I won't be able to reach, unfortunately. I will need to build a copy of one right here to reach the ones in the middle here. So if I can get this online, then I can connect to the rest of those, but... We're getting more solar in, and that's the important thing. So connect that. Connect that. Can't reach that one. It's out of range until I build this, and then it'll be in range. But this can connect here, and we'll get that one built too. On this side, we've got there. We've got there. So we will need to build another one of these. Yep, we're going to need to build another one of these over here in the corner, I guess, for now. It's not really, very orderly, as you can see, but it's something. Let's go ahead and get disk compression installed over in this unit here too, because we need the disk space as well to do this. And then the RAM is installable only by Dark Dragon at the moment. So as soon as they get the resources, we're good. This turret is online. That makes me happy. Unfortunately, I can't reach it with our current connection points, so I will have to once again make one of these bigger ones. I could put it outside. It's not a bad idea to put this outside. These little connectors like this, I could just sit this like maybe right here. It's not a bad spot for it. It's just outside the glass wall that we're gonna make, so we'll position that there. Well, yeah, I could make this happen. I just have to remove one of these connections. So I can remove, let's say, this connection. I'll take it away from this light, and then this can connect to that light instead. By doing that, I should be able to get this one connected to there, and then I can move it around. We almost... I mean, I can go through this and stuff too, so that's an option, right? Everyone, we're probably going to tell me that. So if I just go like this and then like this, that connects it to power as well. And that's true, I guess. So we can do that too. I want this as redundancy though. Now you can bring that light online and this light online, which they're just lights, but whatever. But now we have this turret online, which is kind of cool. 15 kilowatts, and it charges itself. So it has its own internal battery, I guess, that keeps it online. That's pretty convenient if anything goes wrong in our ship. We'll get that on, and then this will be able to connect to these extra solar panels. So this one can also do that now. So we'll get that online, and then you can go there. Perfect. All right. Now, obviously, we need more steel and titanium. All of these furnaces should be configured for that. You're still processing copper. Could have swore I told you to do something different, but maybe I didn't do it after all. Let's get you... just all doing iron here. All right, so I switched to these ones. I didn't switch to these ones. That's my fault. Storage, we'll eject the copper just to get it in storage and get it out of the way. It's already processing copper anyway, but yeah. And good. So 1 turret online. Feels good. Let's go and build a copy. And maybe we do forward direction with this one, which was the idea. So we'll send forward direction like so. And then on this side, same thing. We'll have forward direction all the way over on the side. I kind of want it to be lined up. So it'll be in this row all the way over in front of that light like that. Yeah. And then on this side, we put another one on the side, like, I guess it'd be here, right? Yeah, I want it in line with that one, so it'd be on that side like that. So this gives me two different directions, forward as well as side this direction, and have some sort of protection as we go. And I don't know what we need to be protected from. I do know that breach capsules exist in the game, but I have yet to see one actually hit me. But I mean, I feel like we're just pressing our luck. Like eventually we're going to see that kind of thing. So we want to protect ourselves against it. And then let's go. Well, we can't reach this yet, but that just means I need one of these again. So build another copy of this and put it behind that glass right here. Yeah. And then you can't reach that, but we'll do it through the telescope, right? Just like we did over here. No biggie deal. All right, get that hooked up. There we go. And we got 2 guns online, feeling good. All right, so now we're just gonna wait and mine some more and watch our power doing pretty good until I do this. And then all of a sudden our power greatly exceeds our production. See how that works? So having all of these online is just not feasible right now until we get more solar up and running. So that just takes time. Let me skip ahead until either something happens or until I have all of these pending construction done, and then I can finalize the bridge here. But I want to have this stuff kind of hooked up and ready to be powered. All these lights can be on the front side like this. Here we go. And you know, oh, and somebody actually got a cool idea, right? So you know, like red lights and green lights and stuff for port and starboard, right? Well, somebody had that idea for the lights on the side of the ship, and I kind of like that idea. So let's change it up. So this is the right side of the ship. If you're facing to the right is forward. So this would be a green light on this side, and I kind of feel like maybe not doing bright green, but like maybe just an off green. So maybe we'll put like 30 units of blue in it or something. That's probably fine. And that'll be green, and then we can copy that color all the way to this light and this light. Yeah, now that's very green, so I'm thinking this side's, that one's actually probably fine. This one is a little bit too bright. I'm gonna bring down the brightness about like that, and then this one we can bring the brightness down like a little bit here too. I think it's a little bit bright, but we just have these little lights on the sides, and now that's the right side, and then port side here, that's starboard, so this is port, and port will be red. There we go. And again, just a little bit of maybe blue in there. I don't know if it's just a slight off red, right? But we can go ahead and take that, that red, and configure it to match this one and this one. And then again, we take the brightness down a little bit here. Maybe drop it down to like 210, 209, 210. 210's good. And then this side, we can drop it down even more until it's not quite so harsh. That's probably fine like that. And so now see we got green on one side and red on the other. It's kind of just over there, you know, near the... It's interesting that this also has it. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, I don't want this one to have it. I just want this one to be white, but also like a little bit, you know, not super bright. Well, this is actually super bright, isn't it? So bring this down to like 135, and then we'll copy this over to this light. So it can be just a little bit dimmer. There we go. So that's not bad, right? We got like proper lights on the sides of the ship now. So people in space can tell which direction we're oriented. Just like in the water. Yeah. All right, good. So we're getting very close to being done here, right? We obviously still want this teleporter where it is, but I want to cover this. I want this to be like reinforced glass. Okay, that's the design anyway. So we're going to take the reinforced window. And I'm thinking like Star Trek here, where they got this big old glass in front of them. And I'm just going to give them a nice glass window to look out of. All right. And I actually don't know if this will work. I mean, I want like round glass, so I'm doing it like this, but I don't know if that's... Yeah, it's kind of facing the glass in weird directions. I think it'll still close the place in, which is the whole point, but yeah, so we'll leave a space on both sides just so the bots... that's okay. Leave a space on the both sides just so the bots can move through for now until construction is complete, and then we'll close it off once we're done. We've got 2 guns on that side, no guns on this side. Maybe they'll... actually, what I think's happening right now is we're just bringing all the glass here. Yeah, it's titanium plates being brought here. Is this like really low priority or what? Maybe make this a little higher priority and a little higher priority there. Okay. Looks like we got some more panels online. Let's go ahead and do that. And that. Wait, does that reach? That one doesn't reach, no. And then on this side, we got a couple built, so we can get that lined up. And this one can connect there. This one can't connect anywhere, so this one will go there. You can go there. You're connecting there. You're connecting there. And then you're connecting here. So slowly but surely, guys, we're going to get our power online. All right, it's going to happen. Shuttle's back. Let's take a look really quick and see if we've mined everything. Still got a little bit of lithium, and I think it's probably worth stopping and going and getting it. So we'll let them drop off the goods and then immediately leave and go get the lithium for now. Got some memory units online here. Also, these disk units are still here, so just install another compression module in there. And we have the efficiency module. It could go like that. You're making more disk compressions. You're making more reactor efficiencies. We have processor efficiencies now, and I should probably start making those too. It'll make everything process a little bit quicker, I think. So I think when this disk compression is done... Well, I mean, we need disk compression pretty badly. The reactor one, I think, is a little bit less necessary. So we'll switch the reactor efficiency upgrade here to do the processor efficiency upgrades instead. Or proficiency upgrades. I forget what it's called. You know what it's called. You know what I'm talking about, right? There we go. Stop producing and do this one. Processor efficiency upgrades. This one, yes. And we'll get 10 of those. And then we can place those inside these modules and make these really, really good. We have tons of furnaces. Let's make sure they're very efficient. Let's make sure we're keeping things cool. It looks as if we are. Yes. This is actually very cold in here. I don't think that's a problem per se, but it might be a good idea to get some heat going on in here. Maybe. Get this hooked up like that. And then we got one more up here. Go like that. All right, I'm going to let this run for a little while longer. Hopefully we get some guns set up. We can start seeing this glass get filled in. And then I want to get this part here sorted out too. So give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I was going to let you go and continue building, but we have a breach capsule proximity warning. Radars detected incoming breach capsule will be proximity of the ship in about 2 hours and 48 minutes. We have advanced notice on this. Now, I just built these. Does the game prompt these after these are constructed? Is that how that works? Or did I just get lucky? I don't know what it is, but I finally got these guns up and now we got a breach capsule coming. So, okay then. So we're going to say, hopefully the pirates die by the breach capsule. If they don't, then, you know, we'll deal with it. Breach capsules are pirates. So they are, I believe anyway. Okay, there it is. They're like the harshest enemy in the game. Okay, we're being breached. Okay, that's just the way it is. We're being breached. And so if I click this, it looks like I can see about where they're going to go. And if I come on up, it looks like they're going that way, but maybe they'll end up over here somewhere, kind of thing. The part I don't like about the way ships and stuff work in this game is that there is no way to avoid getting hit by the thing once it reaches your map tile. Once they're here, I can't accelerate at all and avoid them. They are going to breach me once they're here. So like I could hit my engines right now and go, and they'll be here. Now, the one thing I don't know though, they're on this side of the ship, and I have this turret right here. I think they're gonna miss. I think they're gonna go around. I think they're gonna get around my turret. I want to see it shoot. So it's gonna come in range. Are we gonna shoot it? Pew, 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 shoot it. Okay, not seeing contact being made. So, I mean, we're shooting, but it was very uneventful. It didn't really work very well, did it? Okay, so we're gonna be breached, and so I've read about these things. I've talked about it with other creators and stuff, and you kind of have to make a decision. And one of the decisions you can make is you just simply let them have what they want, or do you fight them? And most of the time, when you fight them, you lose. You're gonna lose something when you fight these things. It sucks. I don't like it. Hopefully, they don't breach my solar panels. Please don't breach my... Where are you breaching? Don't breach back here. It's very expensive. Oh, they're breaching right in here. Oh, my goodness. This is going to wreck. Okay, we're going to take Siren on. Activate the Siren, which should bring all the humans away from this room. Okay. Then we're going to vent this room. I want to see. I don't know if this is going to work. I kind of want to test this out. If we lock this door, I don't think this works, but I'm just going to try it. If we lock this door, and we lock this door, and we lock this door, and we vent the room, because we can, we get the room completely vented with all these doors locked. All right, now, this is going to lose all of its oxygen. It's going to lose all of its temperature's going to go way down, right? Everything's going to suck in this room. Now, but what happens to this? And it looks like there's no... Right, the floor has no electricity. That makes sense because it's broken. Okay, stop. Okay, so apparently they're allowed to just spawn outside the door as well. That didn't work very well, but I was hoping that these guys would just die, right? Because they don't have suits. No, they do have a spacesuit and a helmet. Huh, okay. They don't have their suit on because they're outside it, I guess. They all have suits, so it doesn't really matter. So clearly they can get out, but I want to see, by separating them, can we destroy them more reliably? So we're going to see my bots now make a move towards trying to get these guys. And I'd like to see, you know, my carrier drone get in here. I'd like to see some other drone. I really wish I had better control of my drones, because they will not do what I ultimately want them to do. They won't do it reliably. Most of the bots should be making their way down here to attack. And like Mark II is going to fight a sentry drone. That's great. They've got sentries. They got 2 sentries. So we probably end up losing a lot of stuff here. They got people. Like, this is a really nasty raid. And we most likely lose stuff. Maximiliano has a giant gun. So there's that. I can't tell my bots to attack a specific target, it doesn't look like. So, like, if I want you to attack a very specific target... now he'll just kite you and just shoot you dead. Apparently that's a thing. Oh, maybe not. No, don't run away. He's got a gun, all right? He's a ranged fighter. Get in there and kill him. Don't let him shoot. Oh, you're backing up. That's bad. You don't want to back up. Yeah, these are all going to die because these guys actually use their guns, and my guys won't use guns. So these guys are down, and we're going to start losing all of our bots now. This is the point where we just lose every bot we have because combat sucks, right? I think that's what this is. This is the part where combat sucks. Please kill these guys with the guns. Get in here. There you go. Don't let him kite you. I mean, you guys are way faster than him. Just kill him. There you go. Come on, get him. There you go. Good. And I don't know if we can actually take the gun, but you know, Bluesy, can I select Bluesy? He should be underneath. Apparently he's not. I can't select where beings. Bluesy bot. Hi, yeah, you. That's what I'm trying to do you. So, are you able to just like take the rifle? Forcibly assign the task. I cannot take this rifle. So I want more control over combat. So much more to be desired in combat in this game. Because it's really poorly implemented. It's not fairly implemented. So it looks to me like we are... Olympia's there. Where is the enemy? That can't be all of them. Surely there are more enemies. There has to be more enemies. Also, we're venting oxygen and everything. These should be opened. Or these should be closed again. And then just open these doors because there's no reason to keep them locked anymore. But where's the enemy? Dark Dragon is there, which is great, but not great. Love, Maxon. Is this everybody? Did we win? I feel like we might have won. But at what cost, right? We definitely lost some bots. There was no way around that because our guns don't fire. Theirs does. At least I have never seen Tack's gun fire. I think Tack is dead now. Well, we lost Mark II, Skippy, Lister, and Borst Talos. So we didn't lose... Yeah, we didn't lose very many, it doesn't look like anyway. But that was just one capsule, and you can get raided by many more than just one at a time. So we want to disassemble this breach capsule now, and upon doing so, we also need to fix all of these things. Let's get that going, and then also we need to go ahead and fix that too, and there's all the resources broken down. We need to also go ahead and build a copy of the door. So we lucked out on that. That was luckier than some of the horror stories that can happen. Some of the things that absolutely can happen with those they're really strong. You can get hit by like 3 of them at once, 4 of them at once, and each one of those capsules can pop that many enemies, and then you're just like, well, it was nice. We had a good run, GG. I mean, it really does just end your game. My playtesting save. I'm speaking from experience here. I have a playtesting save that I tried things out ahead of time just to kind of understand how it works and everything. And in my playtesting save, that's what happened. I got 3 capsules in. I had twice as many enemies as that to deal with at a time. We dealt with them. And that's the reason why I started making this, is because in a recent playtest, I got bombarded and I'm like, okay, we need to do something about that. So in this save, I'm trying to build guns ahead of time, right? Yeah, so after that, it wasn't like more than maybe 5 in-game minutes. We got another 3. And it was at that point where I just threw my arms up and just went, you know what? Screw this. I'm not doing this. So I definitely want to get defenses up. And that's what I'm working on right now. But I want to say being in proximity to this planet might be doing it. It could be this planet that's doing it. We fully mined it, and our shuttle is on our way back, so we can leave soon. And I think we'll go to Takagitake. I don't know. Takagitakeo. Wow, I don't know why I have such a hard time with that word, but yeah. Yeah. You try saying that word fast without reading it over and over again to try to figure it out. That's not an easy word at all.